From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on The Debate. Arnab Goswami on The Debate.
On the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, why the Watson case proves that the conversion toolkit is the biggest threat to India's democracy. At 8:30 p.m. tonight, it's a straightforward fight between Karishma Kapoor and Priya Sachdev, ex-wife versus wife, battling for the 30,000 crore rupees that Sanjay Kapoor left behind. And at 9 o'clock this evening, why it is Bharat Afghan Bhai Bhai, India Afghan Bhai Bhai, and why we must come together with Afghanistan to tackle the terrorism from Pakistan. And ladies and gentlemen, first I want to start tonight by showing you pictures of a 58-year-old man. His name is James Watson. And James Watson is from the United States of America, from Delaware or Cincinnati or wherever he's from. In these pictures, James Watson is sitting in a small room crouched with economically backward Hindus and members of the tribal community. And then the police come. When the police come, they found him crouching, they find him hiding. This man, James Watson, who is in that circle there, mysterious man, some people say that he's got American Army connections. He's been living for years in India on a business visa. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to sound alarmist, but in our country, we unfortunately, most unfortunately, we don't learn our lessons. Did we forget that two people, Tahawur Rana and David Coleman Headley, masterminds of the 26/11 attack, that they had come to India to do business as well? Two people, Tahawur Rana and James Coleman Headley, they came to India on a business visa as well. The similarity between Tahawur Rana and James Watson should not be lost on anyone. A, both have military links. Tahawur Rana was commissioned as a captain doctor in the Pakistani army in Quetta. And this man in those pictures, James Watson, is the son of a retired United States Navy official with strong military connections, we are told. Some reports also allege that he himself has been serving in the US Navy. What is he doing in a rural area of Maharashtra trying to convert innocent Hindus, innocent members of the tribal community? He comes here on a business visa, and Tahawur Rana, what he did was that he killed 166, ladies and gentlemen, along with David Coleman Headley, innocent Indians. We all know what he did. And the other man, who's on the left-hand side of your screen, you'll see him in the circle there, is out here to convert innocent Hindus into Christians. He's not here to do business. He's here to convert Hindus. Watch very closely, ladies and gentlemen. This man's name is James Watson. What does he do? Well, to be very blunt about it, he targets Hindus. He specifically targets poor Hindus. He targets poor Hindu children, poor Indian children. He says, drink wine, but do not take prasad. He says, if you take prasad, you will be a victim of superstition. He abuses Hindus. Ladies and gentlemen, when children fall sick, when poor children in our country fall sick, this man, James Watson, targets their families with evangelical black magic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's very clear this is a concerted, calculated conspiracy, in my view, to convert Hindus from tribal communities into Christians and force them out of Hinduism. And there are some people who say, no, he's not converting any Hindus, this is free will. That's absolutely rubbish, it is not. Hindus, poor Hindus, are being deliberately induced into changing their religion, giving up Hinduism and becoming Christians. I am asking today, ladies and gentlemen, what are the rules? What are the rules against inducement to convert? Is inducing to convert poor people not illegal? Is it all right to go to poor people, give them money, promise them everything, show them some kind of black magic and force them to give up Hinduism? When will we learn, ladies and gentlemen? Just 3 months ago, a man called Changur Baba in Uttar Pradesh was caught by the Yogi Adityanath government. He was arrested for running a mass conversion racket. He was being funded from the Middle East. That is Changu Baba, another mass converter. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the conversion mafia. And Republic is against the conversion mafia. Ladies and gentlemen, think logically, what are we doing in our country? Can a Indian national who is a Hindu, for example, can he go to the United States of America? Can he go to Delaware or Cincinnati or New York and say, I'm going to pay money to poor Americans to convert to Hinduism? Would Donald Trump allow it? And if Trump wouldn't, why are we? Some people will say, Arnab, you're a right-winger. I am a right-winger because this is right and what they are doing is wrong. No Indian can go to America, go to the United Kingdom and convert poor Christians, vulnerable Christians into Hindus. But in India, you can abuse Hindus. Listen to this ex-Aam Aadmi Party leader openly denouncing Hindu gods at a Buddhist event in 2022. Just listen to this. Just listen to this.
मैं ब्रह्मा विष्णु और महेश को कभी ईश्वर नहीं मानूंगा और ना ही उनकी पूजा करूंगा। मैं राम और कृष्ण को ईश्वर नहीं मानूंगा और ना ही उनकी कभी पूजा करूंगा।
The point is this. Can you speak against deities or gods or beliefs or religious books of any other religion? No. But you can say whatever you want at a mass event against Hindus and Hindus' gods and Hindu faith and Hindu beliefs and Hinduism itself. And then we are told, oh, you need to be progressive. These people say Hinduism is superstitious. These mass converters, the conversion mafia, they say Hinduism is superstitious. Ladies and gentlemen, when a man in Punjab, a self-created, self-styled pastor Bajinder, a member of the conversion mafia, when he holds sick people saying this will happen and that will happen in the name of Jesus, and they collapse, they fall, they collapse. My question is this superstition? I'm only asking a question. Is it wrong to ask a question? Is this superstition? And then that man, Bajinder, that same pastor, ladies and gentlemen, he molests and rapes young women. Are we not to be concerned about the real intentions of people like Bajinder? If there are people who are working inorganically in our country to convert India into a Hindu minority nation, should we not know? Should we not be concerned? If there is indeed a conspiracy to reduce Hindus to a minority in India, to reduce Hindus into a minority in their only motherland, should we not be concerned? Ladies and gentlemen, therefore, think tonight, think of 3 images before we talk further. Think of the pictures. 1, Changu Baba. This man, member of the conversion mafia, lots of money, very rich, was taking money from all over to convert Hindus into Muslims. Think of Pastor Bajinder, the second visual tonight. A man who has done the worst of things to innocent young women, and who has used the worst forms of black magic and superstition to convert. And then think, ladies and gentlemen, of James Watson. This man who sits there and preys on poor Indians, poor tribal Hindus, and poor children in our country, on our soil. And then ask yourself, are the questions that I'm asking not relevant in our country? Is there not a conversion mafia in our country? Let's think, let's talk, let's debate.
Meet 58-year-old American citizen James Watson, son of a retired US naval officer, living in India on a business visa.
Police is now probing possible foreign funding links behind all these activities.
में से एक फॉरेन नेशनल है, उसमें वीज़ा का जो वायलेशंस है वो वायलेशंस के अंडर, और बाकी जो अदर जो भी सेक्शंस है उसके अंडर जो है वो ऑफेंस रजिस्टर हुआ है.
According to the FIR, Watson and two locals allegedly gathered 30 to 35 villagers, telling them that Hindu faith was blind, promising healing through Jesus Christ.
वही अपना वो मतलब आके आदमी लड़के लोग को दहला फुसला के मतलब पैसों का लालच देके वो उनको मतलब कन्वर्ट करने का काम करता.
And while investigators look for the funding trail, Republic tracked down James Watson's family.
Hello. Thank you. Hello.
Your version. Your view. No. Our version will come out in court. I'll say no comments and false allegations, but please don't bother. They don't.
Hello.
You are saying here all are false.
बोलो.
Everything is false. No comment. Look, we have our attorneys. And our case will be in the court.
स्टार्टिंग में पूछा था तभी उन्होंने बोला था कि मेरा कंपनी है या मेरा बिजनेस है या पता नहीं क्या कुछ तो ऐसे. अभी हस्बैंड है नहीं मेरे, तो उन्होंने ऐसे ही बोला था कि मैं किसी कंपनी के लिए काम करता हूँ या पता नहीं ऐसे ही कुछ बोला था.
In the lanes of Chimbipada, right outside Mumbai, Republic found a family that had been a part of these prayer gatherings.
पहले एक बार आया था, कभी साल आता था, 2 साल भर ऐसा आता था.
अच्छा, तो वो आके क्या वो यीशु का प्रार्थना करते थे यहाँ पे आके?
नहीं, वो बताते हो तुम यीशु को मानते हो क्या नहीं.
Investigators say the company he claimed to have worked for could have been a front. Visa misuse is now a central lead. In the last couple of months, conversion mafia has been busted in several states, including Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha, and Meghalaya. These developments come close on the heels of the Uttar Pradesh police busting a conversion module that was run by Changur Baba. In 2022, a public Buddhist event attended by several Aam Aadmi Party ministers saw participants taking vows denouncing Hindu gods. Who writes these conversion scripts? And who benefits from the Convert India conspiracy?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we must look at the visuals very carefully and ask ourselves, who is this man? Who is this man? Watson. How many Watsons are roaming around in India? Subhash Jha joining us this evening. Sadhvi Jaya Bharti Savio Rodriguez. We have Pastor Abhijit Sasani of the Methodist Church in Mumbai, Pastor. And we have Harish Mohammed Ibrahim. Now, if there are people who think that they will make Hindus a minority in India, let me tell you first thing, Pastor, it will never happen. It will never happen, Harish Mohammed Ibrahim. Hindus are over 80% of the population of this country, and this is the reason we have demographic stability in India. Okay, paying money to poor Indians, poor tribals, poor Hindus, using black magic, Harish, right? Using all forms of inducement, Sadhvi Jaya Bharti, and saying we will help you. People should be arrested and put in jail for that. Abhijit Sasane, who are these people who are trying to convert Hindus into Christianity? Paying them money, Americans? Why are they here? Why is the Methodist Church not launching a movement against this kind of conversion?
Well, Arnab, I think, we must not generalize things, and picking up issues here and there and trying to generalize them is not a very good thing. The country at this time needs harmony and mutual coexistence and not polarization. The country at this time doesn't need spewing hate and dividing people and making them fight against each other, picking an issue and blowing it out.
The man has been caught red-handed. The man has been caught red-handed. I want unity in my country. I don't want foreigners putting money to convert Hindus to Christianity. It is bad. It is bad. It is intolerable.
Let's be very clear, sir. It's very saddening.
Sadhvi Jaya Bharti is on the debate, Sadhvi.
Defending this guy, even if you're preaching your own faith, you don't have confidence in your faith that until and unless you use this deceptive method to convert people, people will not follow you. You people are so weak within your own faith that you need deception to make people follow you. And this has been a pattern whether in Islam or Christianity. They target gullible, poor people. And it's like those Bangladeshis who were, and even people that, you just cut off your kalava and you just denounce your Hinduism. It is only then we will give you the relief, the rescue, the relief material. So even today I feel, Arnab, it is no more shocking or surprising, but it is completely outrageous.
If he wants to,
and I feel that this country
if he wants to convert,
a special task force
we need to catch these people.
Vigilant about this. It is high time. Whether they create a lady and make her some sort of a saint, and then they go to disease and sick people and they only help them when they convert. They don't look at humanity. These are the people who look at people's faith and religion and then only help. And when they are caught red-handed, this is how they defend themselves. It is shameful. You people have no faith in your own faith because you don't feel people will follow you if you go straight forward. So you use deception.
Yeah, Pastor, there's one more point I want to say to you. If an American 58-year-old ex-major from Kentucky, apparently, wants to spread Christianity, nothing wrong, Savio. You're a Christian, you're a nationalist Christian, we love you. The fact is, if you want to spread Christianity, nothing wrong. You know something. I want him to spread Christianity in Malabar Hill, in Mumbai, right? Panchsheel Park and South Extension in Delhi. Why does he have to go to Bhiwandi, catch poor people? Try to convert rich, influential Indians. They'll catch you and throw you out. Why don't you try to convert rich, influential Indians? Why do you target the poor? Why target the poor, Pastor? You're not interested in the rich? Or the rich will not take money from you? Answer the question, Pastor. Why are poor people being targeted, not rich people, not influential people? Why are people who are underprivileged, deprived, being targeted by this American? Answer me, Pastor. Give me a logical answer. You can hear me, but you're not replying. You can hear me. You are not replying.
Are you talking to me?
Of course I'm talking to you, Pastor. Why target poor people? Target rich Indians. Let's see how they respond to you.
No, this is a new narrative altogether.
It's a narrative. It's the truth. Why don't you try to target rich industrialist Hindus? Why are you going to a village? Huh? No, why? You are not into. You only want to target poor people. Why?
No. Why? See, my first point is, do not generalize things.
I'm not generalizing anything.
Yeah,
Viewers, is the question I'm asking relevant or not? You tell me.
He is an American. You need to understand. He is an American citizen. You need to understand that.
Yes, so what is there to understand? Being an American citizen makes you special. Why is an American citizen coming to my soil to target our poor people?
As an American citizen. Why don't you do that?
Oh, Savio, the argument is you can't do anything about an American citizen. He's protected.
No, you do it.
So you think
do
we'll
it
let
and
the
then-
Americans come and turn Hindus into Christians?
You do it.
Savio is on the debate. Ladies and gentlemen, Savio on the conversion mafia. Debate tonight, our special focus this evening. Savio Rodriguez, Savio.
Oh, okay. Arnab, let me bring in perspective to this discussion so that everybody listening to it and everybody on it understands. Faith is one aspect of any religion, and then is the business that is made out of religions, right? So at this point of time, I don't believe any Christian that is driven by the faith is ever involved in converting. Yes, a lot of the Christian pastors that are there, especially ones coming from abroad, are looking at India as a market for conversion, but this is something that has been happening for decades. You have a similar thing that happened in Goa. The point is, Arnab, we do not have the laws in the country that define and take control of such sort of malicious practices of conversion. And that is what is required very strongly, both at a state level and at the central level as well. Because I'll give you an example. 4 years ago, we did a story. Goa Chronicle did a story where 110 such church organizations, not Catholic but predominantly evangelical, was planning about conversions of about 5 lakh people in India over a period of 5 years. Now, why were they doing that? Because it is important to understand that to them, while the message of Jesus has always been to spread the word of the Gospels and the Bible, it was never about converting them and then working it as a business. Like you had many people asking for donations, you have many people saying they are going to India to convert. Why are these evangelicals doing that? Because India is a large market and religion in their own country.
It's a business, yeah, it's a business, it's money.
Exactly. So the faith is one thing. The Christian faith and the Indian Christians in India do not indulge in conversions. Today you have a live example of an American coming into India, indulging in conversions because he was allowed to do that. He should have been stopped and investigated before. We need to understand that a lot of these evangelicals coming from the US are coming into India. What happened in Manipur? Wasn't there another pastor, Daniel Kearney, who was there giving drones to the Christians in Manipur during the conflict? Daniel Kearney, who was a pastor, was linked to CIA, just like James Watson is. So let's not mistake the conundrum. The conundrum is Indian Christians do not go out to convert. Those who are converting are people driven by the ideology of the business behind conversion and not the faith in Christianity.
No, this is bribery. But it's more than bribery. Ladies and gentlemen, people are asking us tonight to open the lines and ask. I'm not opening the lines, but I want to say something here. Hindus, the Hindu community, Advocate Subhash Jha, or let me say nationalist people. Why Hindus? Even people, Savio is not Hindu, but he's a nationalist. He knows the interests of the country. So I would say, rather correct myself and say all nationalists must now be very united. We must be very vigilant against this kind of nonsense that is going on in our country. Changur Baba kind of nonsense, Harish Muhammad Ibrahim, Changur Baba nonsense, taking money from the Middle East here, there, Harish on the right, to convert Hindus. Now what has happened is, a new awakening is happening in our country, Advocate Subhash Jha. We are so happy for it. Hindus are awakened, nationalists are awakened. They are saying, no, बहुत nonsense हो गया. Abhi we'll have to put our foot down, catch these people, make an example of it. On big networks like Republic, we show the pictures, people know, they are aware. And you remember Subhash Jha, in 2020, when 2 Hindu sadhus from Juna Akhada were killed in Palghar, right? You see these visuals. I want to show both visuals. This is what happens to Hindus and now show the pictures of this evangelical person around the same area. 50-50 on the screen. We need to make the people of the country think sadhus are caught and lynched. And when Arnab Goswami says 50-50 at that point of time, mere sadhu ko kyun mara? Why is Sonia Gandhi, Antonia, the minor quiet? Would she have been quiet if it was a pastor from any other religion? At that point of time, I was targeted, I was put in jail. But today the visuals are there. Hindu sadhus being lynched in certain parts of Maharashtra, and see the visuals where allegedly American nationals come here, spread money to target poor Indians, poor Hindus. See the comparison, ladies and gentlemen. This is what is happening to the Hindu community. People are being brainwashed, induced, forced to change their religion. Why should we be quiet about the conversion mafia? Palghar lynching and Watson conversion racket, I believe, all part of the same story. Advocate Subhash Jha, your thoughts?
Arnab, conversion is a menace, and this menace must have been or should have been stopped long ago. We cannot allow conversion, mass conversion, and these are by resorting to all deceptive and fraudulent means. It is unacceptable. And these conversions leads to what? It leads to changing demography. And Arnab, I perhaps beg to disagree with you when you say that this Hindu has the population of 80% and we cannot be brought into minority, or our demography cannot be changed. But look at, I'll give you some figures. There are at least 6 states in India which have become Hindu minority states after 1947. To name them, Mizoram, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Jammu Kashmir, and Arunachal Pradesh. Now, these are the states which have become Hindu minority states. And it has a pattern whenever Hindus become minority.
And now that they are targeting Assam next.
Absolutely.
They are targeting Assam next.
Absolutely. So this is going to be these are very dangerous trends. And let us not downplay. Let us not say that this is something which is to be countenanced and to be taken very lightly. This is a serious matter, and we need immediately a central legislation which has to be applicable all over the country, that let there be no conversion at all.
I mean, I think this is extremely serious out there. What I'm happy about, Harish, Muhammad, Ibrahim, is that now this has been caught red-handed. Now nobody can deny. Earlier, Harish, Muhammad, Ibrahim, we would be told, what proof do you have? Nothing is happening. You people are making it up. But now you see, we caught Changu Baba. We caught Watson. We made big media coverage on it. We caught all these bad people and the bad things that they are trying to do in our great country. And we are saying that people like you should also speak out against this. This mass exploitation. Pastor Bajinder, another bad person, right? We had to expose, Republic had to expose Pastor Bajinder also. All the rapes and molestations he was carrying out, right, while presenting himself to be a religious man. Harish, Muhammad, Ibrahim, your take on this conversion mafia and the danger it poses to our country.
Right-wing Arnab Goswami, how many ever times you precisely pressed on my Muhammad Ibrahim to spin your narrative, I will tell to you.
My name is Arnab Ranjan Goswami. Your name is Harish Muhammad Ibrahim. Subhash Jha's name is Subhash Jha. Savio Rodriguez is Savio Rodriguez.
How you do the narratives for your
There is no narrative at all.
Leaving aside,
All India Majlis-e-Ittihadul Muslimin is the full form of AIMIM. Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh is the full form of RSS.
For your right-wing religion.
What right-wing mindset? I'm saying this conversion mafia has to stop.
I'm an atheist. Give me a second. Do the fundamental.
You are a DMK backer. You are anti-Sanatan Dharma. I'm speaking for the country. You want a foreign, you called Sanatan Dengue. You called Sanatan Dengue. You refuse to apologize after calling Sanatan Dengue. You are questioning me, Harish.
For 45, even with
which passport are you holding? You're an Indian. Talk about what is good for the country.
You are rattled. You are rattled. Can't even allow me for a 4 seconds.
No, I listen. Allow you. But don't think you'll go unchallenged with me.
No, be silent. Be silent.
No, I will not be silent. I will be vocal. I will let you
No,
speak
I've been
for a while
asking
and then I will
there.
intervene.
I've
It is
been
my
there
show, my
silent for
channel, I will
45
speak.
minutes.
This is the only channel that speaks for the country like this. Other channels you can get your way. But Republic Network is Republic Network. We will not change. Because we spoke for Palghar, you arrested me. Ask Subhash Jha. One of the reasons you arrested me was because I said, Mere sadhu ko kyun mara? We awakened the Hindu community. We against what is happening against them. You think I will be silent?
Why you are rattled, Arnab Goswami? Can't even allow me for a 4 second to open.
Wait, why are you getting irritated if I'm talking about Changu Baba? You're not related to Watson. Why are you getting personal about Watson? Watson, आपका क्या लगता है? Watson is who to you?
No, 1 second. Give me a second. Why you can't even? You are totally rattled upon. Give me a second. There are two nuandos in this. No one is going to stop the religious propagations or religious purpose which the constitution allowed, number one.
Propagation. This is propagation. Catch poor people and try to bribe them will be called propagation. Then try to propagate it in Malabar Hill, Baba.
Take it from me, Baba.
No. Go to Malabar Hill.
Baba.
Go to Bombay Gymkhana. Try to proselytize people there.
Then where?
No. Who's stopping you?
Was there, Ravi Shankar and all going? They are going into the Christian countries and they are doing all kind of...
No, this can't be allowed. Jaya Bharti, you see, this is now a challenge to our constitution which is happening.
No.
This is an open challenge to our constitution. We have to protect our country.
When there is no fairness in this debate, then there is no
fairness. Of the provision of constitution, what these people...
Wait. Don't have to go away. Listen to the other side. Harish, okay, 1 minute. Harish, why don't you listen to her side? 1 minute. I'm asking here. Okay, Harish, say. Okay, 1 minute. Sadhvi Jaya Bharti, 1 minute. What is the... I'm letting you speak, but you are not willing to listen to me. Okay, let him speak. 1 minute. Harish, speak. Okay, speak. I give you 1 minute uninterrupted. Bolo.
You spoke for 45 minutes, you can't even allow for a 4 seconds. How fragile your Hindu religion is then about. So don't question me about my identity. We as an atheist, we make sure there is no kind of regressive in any religion for that matter. If Islam has regressive things, we oppose that. As a Dravidian ideology, we oppose regressiveness in every...
This is not about faith, this is about induced conversion. Why don't you come to the subject?
I am coming to complete.
No, you're going to Mount Everest and back to come to the point. I'm talking about what is illegal.
You will not complete
1 minute.
You have to start it. You start on the
Harish louder.
Don't justify the malicious act.
I can't shout like you, Arnab. Give me a second. Post-conversion in Islam...
Savvy on the right. It's okay, no problem. Savvy on the right. Savvy on the left.
In Hinduism, it's a crime as per the constitution as well. We don't deny that. Conversion on a will, you can't deny that will because...
Savio, what's will? Who defines will? The will of a poor person.
Arnab, I can't shout like you, Arnab. Please give me...
Savio!
Arnab.
Savio, you listen to Savio, Harish.
Post-conversion must be made illegal in the country. There are certain states recently...
Last response from Advocate Subhash. Louder for Savio.
It doesn't know the law.
Post-conversion, conversion by allurement, conversion by inducement
is wrong, fundamentally wrong. Advocate Subhash Jha for the last point with Harish. Advocate Subhash Jha's response to Harish Mohammad Ibrahim. Subhash Jha versus Harish Mohammad Ibrahim. Subhash Jha.
Harish, you are referring to, perhaps when you say propagation of religion, you are referring to Article 25 of the Constitution. But propagation does not mean and it cannot be inferred and construed to mean that you take recourse to fraudulent means by converting the poor on the ground or on the basis of giving them money, giving them treatment like this. Look at this in the video.
For that matter, only when Arnab Goswami makes sure panelists to complete their law.
This cannot be counted.
Harish, listen to the other side.
This has to be, Arnab, this has to be stopped.
Okay, Harish louder. Harish louder. I'm closing. Harish louder. Harish, you know something?
Arnab, I am constitutionally abided citizen.
You are not.
No,
they are not. I'm not saying you are, but Watson is not even an Indian citizen. You are.
Forced conversion even by Indians are false, and it is
induced conversion, in my view, is forced conversion. Inducement to convert is forced conversion. Let's agree to disagree. Okay, Harish. Okay, Asad Vijay, Bharti Savio. Okay, Pastor Abhijit Sasane and Subhash Jha, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest inheritance drama of the century is unfolding in the Delhi High Court. Yes, I'm talking about Sanjay Kapoor, 36,000 crores, and a battle between two sides. Priya Sachdev, his wife at the time he died, and his ex-wife, ex-film star Karishma Kapoor. Here it is.